Hello fellow estimator, I'm John Sammons. I'd like to start this video training series by giving you a glimpse of how you'll be using the spreadsheet to estimate on an almost unlimited number of steep slope and low slope roofing projects, including asphalt shingles, concrete and clay tile, cedar shingles and shakes, metal roofing panels, natural slate, composite and metal tiles, and low slope roofing. Over the videos that follow, we'll dive in much deeper with step-by-step tutorials on exactly how to use this spreadsheet and also how to customize it to your specific roofing projects. But for this video, I'll spare the details and just show you how this Excel spreadsheet works. Ready? To get started, we'll select the Project Datasheet tab. Now this is going to be the starting point for all your roofing estimates. It's where we enter all the project information, the roof measurements, and the project-specific items to include in your estimates. Whether your roof measurements are taken from architectural plans, drone pics, Google Maps, or by hopping up on the roof with your tape measure and pulling field dimensions, roof measuring is quick, simple, and dead-on accurate when using the spreadsheet. Even the most cut-up and complicated roofs can be easily and accurately measured just by breaking the roof into one or more of these basic shapes, then entering the dimensions and the roof slopes into the spreadsheet. I'll be showing you step-by-step exactly how you'll be able to do this in the upcoming Roofing Project Datasheet video. But for this video, we'll be working with aerial roof measurements provided on this EagleView Premium Report. And we'll also add a few more project-specific takeoff items like permits, tariff and disposal, roof vents, and a labor upcharge for steeper than normal working conditions. As we go through this video, we're going to see how this single set of roof measurements will automatically estimate an almost unlimited number of steep slope and low slope roofing projects. We'll start off by selecting the Asphalt Shingles tab and taking a look at 3 Owens Corning shingle estimates, all generated from the roof measurements we just entered. First, an Economy 3 tab shingle that uses job cut 3 tabs for hip and ridge caps and starter strip. Next, an upgraded architectural shingle with specialty starter strip and hip and ridge caps. And then a premium impact resistant roofing shingle. In the Roofing Project Takeoff and Pricing video, you'll see exactly how to replace these roofing products with the ones you use regularly, add your own unit pricing to the estimates, and even add an unlimited number of other roofing products to the list of estimates. But for now, let's focus on these 3 estimates, starting with the Economy 3 tab roofing. As we go through this first estimate, I'll explain all the different sections and groups that make up one estimate. Here's the main concept. Each estimate is formatted so that it fits on a single sheet of paper when printed. Here's the entire estimate for 3 tab roofing contained within this thick black border. This group shows your order quantities, material list, and their specific usage. This is what you'll send to your suppliers for quotes and orders. It's also great to use for job site work orders since it identifies exactly what you've estimated for the job and precisely where it goes on the roof. This alone will eliminate all the guesswork by your installers on the roof. I'll show you how to turn your estimates into a PDF so you can email it to your suppliers and installers. Look for this in the Bag of Tricks video. Starting at the top left corner, this estimate is for an Owens Corning 3 tab shingle which can last up to 20 years. In a few minutes, I'll show you how this life expectancy comes into play in your pricing. This next group shows your shingles, underlayment, ice and water shield, and low slope roll roofing takeoffs. Below that is your valley flashing, drip edge, and head wall and sidewall flashing metals. Next we have general conditions and a few additional takeoff items like permits, delivery and loading, tariff and disposal, steep and high labor upcharges, attic vents, pipe flashing, and so on. I'll be showing you how to tailor this group to include just about anything else you want in your estimates. This is also in the Bag of Tricks video. Next is your ice and water shield installation guide. If you include ice and water shield in your estimates, it will show your installers exactly where and how it needs to go on the roof. And finally, your contact, project, and delivery information. Now let's skip over the price columns for just a second. We'll come right back to this. The section on the right is kind of the brains of the operation. It pulls in all your measurements from the Roofing Project Datasheet and converts them into specific roofing materials. It's also where we set up our waste factors and unit pricing. For this video, I've plugged in a few unit prices as a sample for this type of roofing project. Now just a quick note, please don't use any of the prices used in these videos or the spreadsheet. Instead, replace them with your own. And if you're unsure of what you need to be charging, I'll be telling you about one of my favorite resources that I use for up-to-date material, labor, and turnkey pricing, all used in new construction, home improvement, insurance, and repair work. And we'll take a much deeper dive into unit pricing in the Roofing Project Takeoff and Pricing videos. This group near the bottom analyzes the simplicity or complexity of any roof. It then calculates the appropriate waste factor to use for the filled roofing material. It predicts the amount of scraps that usually end up in the dumpster from cuts along the hips, valleys, rakes, and flashing. It also accounts for overlapping shingles along close-cut valleys, and even assumes waste from accidental slip-offs and job site damage. This trademarked roof complexity waste forecast is far more accurate than using typical waste factors like 10% on every gable roof and 15% on every hip roof. And the very bottom group is where you specify the locations and width for the ice and water shield in your estimates. Now let's finally take a look at the pricing in the center columns. This estimate prices out at $34,702, which works out to be $445 per square, including markup, ice and water shield, drip edge and flashing metals, permits, tear-off and disposal, labor up charges for steep working conditions, and a few roof vents. This next number, $1,735, I call the Roof Comparative Cost Index. The sole purpose of this number is to show your clients the roofing product line that'll give them the most bang for their buck. In a little bit, we'll see how this shingle estimate compares with the others when we get to the roofing price upsell and cross-sell report. Next, we see the extended costs that make up this estimate. And at the bottom is where you include sales tax, markup percentages, and any other percentages to your estimates. In this estimate, I've plugged in a 20% markup and 5% for anything else like sales commissions or overhead. Now let's scroll down to the second shingle estimate. This true definition duration shingle estimate prices out at $43,082, which is $545 per square, with a roof comparative cost index of $1,436. And here you see the takeoff quantities and the complete list of materials that's included in this estimate. And finally, let's scroll down to the third shingle estimate. This is a WeatherGuard impact resistant product line with a total price of $46,068. So now let's compare all three estimates side by side on the roofing price upsell and cross-sell report. Here we see the three asphalt shingle estimates with prices ranging from $34,702 to $46,068. We also see all the other prices for this very same roofing project for concrete and clay tile, cedar shingles and shakes, metal roofing panels, natural slate, and composite and metal tiles. The purpose of this report is to give you every number you need for selling the job by quality, by value, or by price. The report is organized in columns starting with the total estimated price, the price difference between estimates, the overall price per square, the years of useful life of the roofing, and the Roof Comparative Cost Index. We'll dive deeper into this in the Roofing Price Upsell and Cross-Sell Report video. Now let's click on the Concrete and Clay Tile tab. Here we can estimate one-piece tile roofing, boosted tile roofing, and two-piece mission or barrel tile roofing. This spreadsheet will also estimate accessory tiles for ridges and rakes, batten strips, hurricane clips, flashing tapes and metals, eave closures, edge metals, and more. The next tab estimates wood shingles and shakes, and estimating this type of roofing is a little different because the coverage per square is driven by the exposure rather than the roof surface area. In this estimate, we specified that the filled shingles will be laid with a 4.5-inch exposure, and at this spacing, one packaged square covers only 81.5 square feet of roof surface area. I'll show you a great resource that I use that lists all the different shingle and shake coverage areas by size and exposure. Look for this in the Roofing Project Takeoff and Pricing video. Next comes your estimates for metal panel roofing like corrugated sheets or standing seam metal roofs. Here you can estimate either the total number of sheets to order or the total linear feet you'll need for the roof. Just knowing the total linear feet of roofing panels is a great number to have for budgeting or for knowing exactly how much metal to bring to the job for on-site roll forming. You can also estimate hip and ridge metals, rake covers, and eave closures. Now moving on to slate roofing, this is another material that's estimated a little differently. Slate's coverage per square is driven by the size of the slate and the length of the headlap. Here's where you enter the slate size and the headlap dimensions. With that, the spreadsheet calculates the exposure, the number of slates per square, and your order quantity. If you're new to slate roofing, one word of caution: choosing an improper headlap can really mess things up, resulting in huge takeoff errors and roof leaks. In the Roofing Project Takeoff and Pricing video, I'll show you the guide that I use for determining sufficient headlap every time. And the final tab estimates composite and metal roofing tiles, and some of these products have the look of their natural counterparts at a fraction of the overall weight and cost. It's definitely worth looking into if your clients are looking for a slate or tile roof, but their roof framing just can't support the extra weight. In reality, this tab is designed to estimate more than just composite and metal tile roofing. I believe it can be tuned to estimate just about any type of roofing available just by entering the coverage area per package. So the ultimate goal of the simple takeoff pricing and sales spreadsheet is for you to enter your roof measurements once in the roofing project datasheet, do a quick check of the estimates, then come to this roofing price upsell and cross-sell report for all the info to use in your bids and sales pitches. And you'll be able to do just that after watching the remaining videos and tailoring this spreadsheet with your company's roofing products and pricing. And of course, I'll be showing you how to do this over the next few videos. I hope you enjoyed the spreadsheet overview video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video where we start to dive in deep.